And no, I'm not doing a tier list or whatever those things are called. I don't understand how they work and they sound really stupid and I don't know why they're trending these days. And whatever everyone else is doing, I do not do. So I'm now on the Black Crows Reddit and I'm just got to say that this is quite depressing. Like, did someone's 58-year-old uncle make this? Like, it says it's really like the default page, like members and online. They should be putting crows, 889 crows. Chris Robinson didn't deserve this. Come on. Oh, someone's made a really nice artwork of him. So I guess they're trying to improve it, which is good. But other than that, I think it needs a bit of like, maybe if they update the Reddit page more, more young people will perhaps jump on the bandwagon and will be like, hey, we think you're really cool, your Reddit page is really cool, we're going to be one of your fans, because I think they deserve more, the Black Crows. I think they've always kind of been a bit overshadowed because people think, oh, it's just some southern rock. And then my dad corrected me because my dad's a huge Black Crows fan and he was like, they're roots rock. They're not southern, they're roots. And I was like, oh, okay. Don't get angry at me. So yeah, this might you'll still have to stick around to the end for my full ranking of each Reddit page, but yeah, this is just likely going to be at the bottom. Not very impressive. I felt obligated to message the moderator of this subreddit and just offer my kindest feedback as I possibly could, because yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure Chris Robinson did a ask Reddit on his page, and if he came and saw this, I feel like if I was him, I would have been very disappointed, because when you compare the Black Crows page with the Strokes, that's where you start to see, oh, okay, that's what a shit Reddit page looks like, and this is what a good Reddit page looks like. Firstly, stay on top of this or else. Strokes fans on Reddit, they really put a lot of effort into this, and it's quite really cool to see. As a Strokes fan, I love clicking on this and seeing sometimes and just seeing all the posts and updates. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and we'll surely be ranking this high. We can't just search up the Strokes Reddit page without going to Arctic Monkeys. Terrible impression. It was well reviewed, 106k stars of 5. And yet not many people like that album, but they still decided to put it on their Reddit page. How can Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair and 1 Point Perspective be on the worst possible set list? Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair is one of the best Arctic Monkeys songs. This is where I disagree with Arctic Monkeys fans. Some of them will say, oh, AM, best album ever. Shh, get out of here. Or should I say, get out of here. Yeah, mostly I feel like my dad said something really funny about, and really true about Arctic Monkeys fans. With the Strokes, all the members are they're really equally, we love them all. We like Julian, we love Albert, we love Nick. And there's sort of the Backstreet Boys, there's a character to each one of them. But with Arctic Monkeys, I feel 99% of the time it's just Alex Turner. People obsessing over Alex Turner. He's almost, he could be the only one. He could do a solo career. He's that big. While the rest of the band members, I don't even really know the rest of their names. I know the names of all of the Strokes. Matt Helders, Jamie Cook, and there's one more. Forgot his name. See, there's not really much character to these guys, and I'm sure they're really nice guys. I'm not dissing on these people, but it seems to me that with a band as big as Arctic Monkeys, it's more like everyone seems to be fixated on Alex Turner, because I guess, yeah, he's really cool and stuff, but maybe because the other members, they just don't really have that wow factor. And we can see it with bands like the 1975, which is the perfect segue. With the 1975 as well, it's always people going, Maddie Healy, Maddie Healy, Maddie Healy, Maddie Healy, which is mainly why I discovered this band in the first place, because my sister would not shut up about Maddie Healy. And the thing is, with the 1975, they have a picture of one of the other band guys. Don't ask me about his name. So I listened to some of their songs, and they're the type of band that you know what they're going to sound like before you listen to them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I had that same thing with the Strokes. Like, I discovered the Strokes, I was like, I think I know what this band will sound like, and then they sounded like that. So, yeah, the 1975 fans, some of them are just, I guess with any fan base, there's always like those ones you can never really figure out. Like on his Instagram, like there's so many people that DM Maddie Healy. I'm sure it's just for jokes, but like these just kind of really explicit stuff, and that's like not a way that you talk to anyone, including a celebrity. Like people seem to think they can say anything to a famous person, but in reality, like you need to treat, they're still normal people. You have to treat them like you'd send a text message to a friend. Would you really say that to someone? Or someone you don't know, I guess, because they're not a friend of yours. But, yeah, it's just really, like, Maddie Healy, I fear for his mental health. Like, that man is been through a lot. So, I'm going to search up someone whose first name starts with A and ends with G. And no, it's not Ariana Grande. I have no interest in the mainstream. Just kidding. Ariana Grande. I love Ariana Grande. I've always liked her music from a young age. I'm not like a super fan, but I did not really expect like a huge Ariana Grande Reddit page. I mean, this has 208k members, but I think with like mainstream artists, you don't really have like a sort of Reddit following, which is where it gets really interesting. Like maybe Reddit's more for bands and things. I think for a single artist, it's kind of not really a place where you post your stuff. And maybe it's just because Reddit is more like, with band fans are definitely different to fans of a mainstream artist. It's definitely a different sort of fan base, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, we're just seeing like reposts from her Instagram. It definitely feels like a Tumblr or something. I don't see this Reddit page changing anytime soon. It's just kind of the thing with, it's so different, mainstream and alternative, because I always thought that like, I don't think mainstream artists are going to have like a Reddit platform like this. I think that Reddit is more for the hipsters and the alternative people, who will take it really seriously. Like the Strokes page to this doesn't even come close. I couldn't end this video without checking my favourite artist of all time, Alessia Cara. The Pains of Growing is the page, my favourite album. Oh, okay, 1.7k Alessia fans. Surely there could be a better name than that. And I'm not just being judgy there. I like how they put Here, though, because that's one of her biggest songs. 2 years ago? Wow, this hasn't been updated. Oh, it has. There has been people on recently. But it still kind of feels dead to me. I don't know about you, but there really isn't many people, fans of Alessia on Reddit. I'm sure there's way more. There's just not a huge Reddit following of her. And that's where it gets really interesting. Like I said before with like Ariana Grande and mainstream artists. But this time Alessia Cara has less of a Reddit following than the bands, the alternative bands I just talked about. So that's where I can't quite figure the music out, the way music works and popularity, but that's okay. I don't have to figure it out, and it doesn't matter how many Reddit followers you have. I'm sure you're just going to comment that, like, who cares? whose Reddit page is better than whose. And I agree, but it's fun to just have a look. So here's my final ranking.